Hey, everybody, it's Jeremy Osterberger with BIC Magazine. I'm joined by Steve Prusak, President and CEO of Chevron Phillips Chemical. If you don't know Steve, he's got 30 years of industry experience. Before assuming this role, he led the company's corporate planning and development function, as well as its research and technology department. He also held executive oversight of the projects organization. So, Steve, so glad you're joining us and appreciate your time. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good afternoon, Jeremy. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. See, so we've done this a couple of times. I probably should mention too a little bit more about your background. For folks that don't know, you were co-project director at CPChem's 6.5 billion U.S. Gulf Coast petrochemicals project completed in was that 2017 when that wrapped up, Steve?
Yes, that's correct, Jeremy.
Awesome. So, and look, the last time I caught up was in the fall of 2023, and at the time you were senior vice president of corporate planning. So let's get into your new role. Hey, what's the focus and what are some of the goals as you take on this new role?
So, effective March 1st, Prusak retired and was named president and CEO of CPChem. So, I'm just at about 90 days now in the role. Um, Maybe I'd back up a little bit and just say 34 years in the industry. I've worked for everything from operations, from a commercial perspective, finance, strategy. And I'm really blessed to be in this new role and capacity. Love CPChem. I love the employees. I think we've got a fantastic culture. We're doing really good things here. And I'm just honored to be able to be hopefully a good representative of the employees and the owners of CPChem. And so we've got a lot going on here, as you're probably aware. And happy to talk to you a little bit about those things today.
Yeah, let's kind of jump into that, right? So the last time we spoke, CPChem was just maybe a little over a year into execution of the first phase of Golden Triangle Polymers project. We'd finished up most of the civil work, and you had estimated the project was, I don't know, about 25% done. Yeah, can you just kind of give us an update to where we stand?
Sure. The project is at this point largely done. The engineering work. It is now a true construction project. For anyone who's been out in the Orange area, you're going to see quite a bit of transformation to the site. There's quite a bit of equipment, modules, pipe, all the bulk materials arriving at site every day. That project remains on track, so we hope to start up late 2026, and we're really excited about it. We've made good progress. We feel like this is having a positive impact on the community, and we're just grateful to be there, being able to execute this project together with our partner, Qatar Energy. And happy to have you out there anytime, Jeremy. You want to come out and take a look around the site? We're happy to do that with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to do so, Steve, for sure. So, um, talk a little bit more about what else you got going on. All right, I got the Ras Laffan project. That's about 10 months into the EPC phase when we last spoke. Yeah, give us an update on that as well, if you would.
And so we took an FID decision on that in January of 2023. So whatever that is now, it's about 15, 16 months into the execution phase. That project is starting to wind down engineering. It's finishing up all the IFCs and everything that are needed in order to go construct the facility. It's about a $6 billion project, as you know. It's located in Ras Laffan, Qatar. We expect that project also to start up in roughly the 2026 time period. And it's been progressing nicely. We've been happy with the progress to date. It's a great project. And again, another great example of us working together with our strategic partner, Qatar Energy.
Thanks, Steve, for the update. So, Steve, I want to get into workforce. So many challenges around workforce development, even consuming information this past week that, even your 4-year degree, engineers, folks that are trying to enter the marketplace are facing a lot of headwinds, cost of education, recouping that expense, debt. Also, we've got other industries that are certainly trying to attract talent away from maybe what traditionally went into refining and, petrochem. And then on the labor side, right, the quality of craftsmanship continues to be a challenge for contractors in industry. But I want some insight. How is CP Chem looking to maintain its workforce? And you can take that any way you want. Obviously, you rely so much on contractors and EPC firms as well. But what are your thoughts on that? And where are we at with industry? And where are we headed? What is CP Chem's approach to a real challenge for our industry at this time?
That's a great question, Jeremy. I'd elevate up a little bit and frame it this way. In the industry that we're in, like safety is a very major concern, and that is something that motivates us and drives us every day. But if you set that aside, I actually think one of the biggest challenges the industry is dealing with is this topic of organizational capability and making sure that you have the talent to, whether it's design the facilities or operate them or maintain them. And I think industry in general has been going through a little bit of a transition. Can't necessarily point to any data to prove this, but I think the whole COVID transition, there was some loss of talent in the industry. And so we here at CPChem, we've had for many years now a very active called the grad program in order to bring new talent into the organization out of the universities and put them through a formal training program that allows them to then become very productive engineers, chemists, accountants. If I try and maybe narrow it down to what we're doing out in Orange, we're very active with the Local First program. We are very focused on trying to create opportunities for local individuals to work on that project. To date, we've had about 1,000 people who are contributing in some form or fashion. Most of those are on the construction side, but we've also had permanent hires who will be part of our operations staff out there. The joint venture has also been making investments in that regard. One of the things that we did when we we did the groundbreaking for that project is we donated about $1.3 million to Lamar State College Orange to build a training simulator. And I just had the pleasure a few weeks ago to go out and do the ribbon cutting ceremony and met a couple of the students who are going through the program. And their hope is that someday they'll be feature operators or instrument technicians working in one of our plants. But if I come back to, yes, you're right. I think this whole topic of, say, talent management is a significant challenge for our industry. I think the future is really bright, but in order to achieve that future, we have to make sure that we've got the talent to be able to operate these facilities or maintain them or engineer them.
Yeah, kind of exciting stuff I've been reading too, going into Gen Z. A lot of them are having less kids, are trying to avoid getting burdened with ridiculous school debt, and so, hey, they're looking to the crafts, right? And they're looking to our industry for a place to make hay and provide a pretty flexible lifestyle if you really think about it. There's parts of the job that aren't, but when you're not working, there is opportunity for time. And as you get along in your career, it does offer some flexible time to be able to enjoy things outside of work. So anyway, a cool thing to see, and hope we'll continue to see that generation sort of gravitate to this market. Kind of 27 and under is what we're looking at as potentially a nice resource for industry in the future. So
I would agree, Jeremy, by the way. I would also say that what I've seen is it's not just CPChem that's growing. There's LNG projects here along the U.S. Gulf Coast. And so that trade and the craft supervision, those are critical skills and talents that the industry needs in order to achieve that future that we all believe in.
that's right. No, Steve, thanks for the insight. So Steve, look, ESG is something that so many companies are having to invest in, and of course, energy expansion is what I like to call it, is in demand. Right, we're going to need so many forms of energy here in the next 10 to 15 years, and with that comes projects. So I want to talk about CP Chem's investments in advanced recycling. Tell us what's going on there, and is there any news and kind of headway, and where is CP Chem headed in relationship to advanced recycling?
So maybe I'll set some context for you first, Jeremy. I would tell you that really want to leave you with the message that plastics are a great product and essential to life.
Sure.
And obviously, there's quite a bit going on in the regulatory space now. CPChem and others in the industry have been very much engaged and involved in trying to help influence and set practical and pragmatic policy as it relates to plastics. And in particular, I'm talking about the topic of unmanaged waste plastics in the environment. And so that is something that's new. I mean, us being heavily involved from an advocacy standpoint is something that we've undertaken in the last few years. And it's really set the stage to answer your question specifically about advanced recycling. We believe that recycling, whether that's in the form of advanced recycling or mechanical recycling, are both ways to try and address this issue of what unmanaged waste plastics in the environment, which no one wants. None of us want that.
Sure.
And we think that the benefit of that is it will help promote a circular economy. So specifically advanced recycling is where you recover post-consumer or post-industrial waste, and you'll be able to use different processes and technologies to convert them back into feedstocks, which you can then put back into the front end of your processes to make finished products like we do today. And the great benefit of advanced recycling is that the finished products have the same property as those that are made from virgin feedstocks. And therefore, it's they're indistinguishable. You retain all those fantastic benefits of plastics, and you help promote a circular economy, which hopefully helps to take some of those waste plastics issues and help to mitigate them.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I would tell you, Jeremy, our view here at CPChem is that it has to be an all-of-the-above approach from a technology perspective. And we think that advanced recycling will play a significant part of that as we go forward in the future.
That's right, Steve. Hey man, a lot of things are advancing since your days at Arco from 1990s.
Yes. If you had asked this young man 34 years ago, would you be working on the types of things he is today, the answer would be you had to be crazy. So there's been a lot that's changed. In that time.
That's right, Steve.
But I will tell you, the funny thing is that those foundational things of safe, reliable operations, being really good operators, being efficient in how you get product to the market through your supply chains, a focus on efficiency, those things are timeless. None of those are going to change. Really, part of the messaging that they're trying to convey here at CPChem is we have to stay grounded in those foundational elements while acknowledging and looking forward that there are some changes coming, whether that's in terms of, just like we were talking about, the nature of the products that are being demanded from our customers, or, for instance, the work experience that the workforce, that I think the workforce that's entering today's economy, or those who are forthcoming, I think are looking for a different work experience, a more digital work experience, for instance. So it's a little bit of both. You have to honor and respect those foundational elements, but also be ready for change, because I think change is coming to our industry.
No, I think that's well said, Steve. And certainly we're seeing that, we're hearing that from other players, and certainly appreciate those comments. Well, Steve, we know you're busy. We want to have you on, look at the updates on timelines of projects completions, things that we need to cover. Please know that you have an open forum here with BIC Magazine, and we're grateful for your time today.
Happy to come back anytime you like, and I really appreciate your questions, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, sir, man. Take care of that family you got, and hope to see you soon in person.
Very good. You as well.
Thank you. And for everyone watching, we thank you so much. Remember, for more videos, news, podcasts, and information, visit bicmagazine.com. Remember, everybody, it's what we do together that counts.